In fact, Zimbabweans continuing to show their dissatisfaction with the fuel price hike, but President Emmerson Mnangagwa won't be around to witness it. He's visiting Russia this week, more specifically a Russian diamond mining company, Alrosa. He'll possibly meet with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin. Well, let's take you to Moscow to hear how they're preparing for that visit. Our correspondent, Julia Chapman, is there for us this afternoon. Julia, good afternoon. There's absolute pandemonium breaking out on the streets of Harare following the announcement of this fuel price hike. How much of the visit, at least as far as we know, will be an attempt by the president to also try and deal with the situation back home, perhaps by way of getting more investment or other solutions to the problems the country is facing?
Well, that's right. The timing is somewhat awkward for the Zimbabwean president as he arrives in Russia. He landed earlier today at a Moscow airport, and it comes on a very long trip that he is taking, a 2-week trip to 5 different countries, not just Russia, but also to Belarus, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and finally to Switzerland for the World Economic Forum in Davos. And as you say, the timing is a bit awkward because it comes as there's a lot of unrest going on at home, and he announced yesterday before taking off on this long 2-week journey, this fuel price hike of around 150%, which is sparking serious protests down there in the capital, Harare. And so the timing is very awkward for him, but he does seem to be moving along with this trip, hoping, of course, to stoke up some investment from Russia, as you say, visiting a big diamond mining company in an attempt to try to drum up some investment for Zimbabwe and possibly help stem that economic crisis from a different perspective by looking for investment from here in Russia.
All right. In terms of that full itinerary and what exactly he'll be looking at, even where that mine is concerned, when will those details come?
Well, it's hard to say. He is visiting the mining company today, and there may be a visit with President Putin of Russia tomorrow, but it hasn't been confirmed. So any details we expect would come out possibly tomorrow if there is any further movement on that deal that was, in fact, signed between Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov when he visited Zimbabwe last year. And so there have been movements to get Russia involved in helping extract platinum in Zimbabwe, in one of the world's largest platinum mines, which, of course, is worth around $3 billion US dollars. That's the estimate of its worth. And so there's a lot of opportunities from the Russian perspective here. But there, of course, are still some concerns, some hesitation on the Russian side about partnering with Zimbabwe, although Russia has, of course, been stepping up its activity in Africa in general, in the sub-Saharan region, with a number of military deals over the last few years as Russia has come under stronger sanctions itself from a number of Western countries.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Our Moscow correspondent, Julia Chapman, with the latest on that visit. As you heard there, Emmerson Mnangagwa currently in that country. Of course, that's as protests continue to rage in Harare, Bulawayo, and different parts of our neighbor this afternoon.